All right. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Jessica Worthington, and I'm the director of the Office of Downtown Development. And today is Third Thursday. If you haven't done so already, and I'm going to do it myself right now, is rename yourself to add your community or the organization you're representing. Again, this just helps to create some camaraderie. And so then when we see each other in person, we can put names to faces and faces with communities. Oh my gosh, look at the entire Thomasville crew. And they've all got sunglasses on. Is it because you guys are too cool for school? Like, what's going on down there? Or did you guys all get your eyes checked at the same time? And
we did screen.
Good morning.
Love it, love it.
That's something exciting for y'all. Do y'all want a pair of these?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well you'll get some at conference.
Okay, good. I love it. So for anybody who's a first timer, do we have any like newbies on with us today? You can just like unmute yourself, shout out, say hi, introduce yourself. I can't see all the pages, so sometimes you just have to like come off mute. No, Ellen, anybody you want to call out?
I don't see anybody that's new.
Okay. So with us from the team today, we've got Ellen, our Main Street Training and Compliance Coordinator. We've got Ebony, our Organization Strategic Planning Coordinator. Tess is out sick and Elizabeth is on a site visit today. So you've got the three of us hanging out with you today. And let's see, we've got lots of stuff to cover. Emily, I feel like before we dive into stuff, do we want to do a conference update, like Thomasville update, anything to share, anything we need to remind people about? I didn't see if Renee was on or not.
Yeah, for sure. We can definitely do a conference update. I was looking to see if Renee's on as well, but I'm sure she's very busy getting ready for the conference because it is 11 days away.
Oh my goodness.
Which is crazy. So we're really excited to be visiting Thomasville this year for the annual conference. They have done an amazing job pulling this together. So y'all are really in for a treat to go to Thomasville and experience their beautiful downtown, learn the things that they're doing through mobile workshops and history tours and that sort of thing. I think we have met a lot of different records this year. We have more sponsors than we've ever had. We have record number of attendees. So we're really excited to get together with all of you in Thomasville. Just a few reminders that there are some hotels that we recommend, but the hotel block at the Courtyard at Marriott is sold out, but there's still, great places for you to stay if you have not registered. So please do that if you're going to attend so that we have some good numbers and we know exactly what we're ready for. But April, I will turn it over to you and your team if you want to do any updates specifically to Thomasville and what people can expect and what y'all have planned for us.
Well, we are so excited. Yes, I mean, I think you pretty much said it all as far as like the mobile workshops, the classes, everything's ready. There will be signage throughout the downtowns that will help you. Of course, it's a very walkable downtown, but it's going to be hot. So that's just the form of August for you. But we will have people that will be setting out on all the streets, and they'll have a cute shirt on them. You want to hold up a shirt? Yeah. So you'll look for people like this, Rose City Crew. We are Georgia's Rose City, and they'll have an umbrella. So they'll be there to assist you throughout the conference if you have any questions. But we're excited to have you all here. Anything you want to add, Brandy?
No, we just can't wait to see everyone. We have a lot planned and a few surprises along the way. So y'all come on.
I have one thing.
Is that Abigail? Yeah.
Yeah. So pre-sale for your swag to ensure you get your size and everything you want. It's happening right now until tomorrow. So go check your emails or check our social media pages for the link. I'm currently folding t-shirts for the conference. So if y'all want one, make sure you grab one. We're all going to wear them. It'll be super fun. Plus, we have tons of other different swags with hats that have removable patches that you can do your own community with. We've got, of course, the famous hippo mugs and, gosh, umbrellas, power banks, anything you can think of. We've got it.
Love it.
Yes. Belinda was modeling her cup from last year, but we've got some other great things. So also the Showcase Your City boxes will be out during the conference. So thank y'all for purchasing those to have your communities represented. It's been really exciting to see how many people wanted to participate in that. But yeah, we're just getting really excited for the conference. It's going to be a really great one, and thankful to our partners at DCA for all they've done to help plan it and help with education sessions and all that good stuff. And they'll be doing Main Street 101. And then, of course, we have a lot of different trainings on Monday that are optional. And then we'll move into Tuesday and we'll have a good time in Thomasville. So we hope all of y'all will join us. But I'll put the link in the chat for the conference website so you can find all the information you need. I know Renee will be sending out plenty of information so everybody has what they need to have a successful conference. We will have a conference app, so be sure to download that so you can look up sessions and all that good stuff. But yeah, we'll see y'all in Thomasville.
Yay. And if there's some reason you haven't pre-registered / picked your courses, make sure you log on and do that. They have reassured us that you will get a printout of things you've signed up for, but it's just a great way to make sure that they're managing capacity and stuff like that in all the rooms, since there will be different spaces and different size spaces being used for everything. And like Emily hit on, we are doing Main Street 101 on that Monday before the conference starts. So this is the one time during the year that we do 101 in person. So if you know you've got board members, if you know you're that person who needs to like sit through it again, or you're new and you need someone to sit through it and they are not a fan of the online stuff, this is it. This is it until next year. So don't miss this opportunity to come hang out with us in person. We really do try and make it interactive. There's lots of different like activities and games and fun stuff that we do throughout the day. So it's not just like us sitting talking at you. We really do try and drive engagement, and it is a different kind of experience than what you would get from the online version. Same content, don't get me wrong there. It's the same content. But again, we do recognize that it's in person. So, we want to have a little bit of fun with it. I see, Cassidy says that they just got all their board members recertified on Main Street 101 yesterday. Love it. I know that's awesome. And I know that we've got a bunch of people coming from Valdosta that are going to do some training. So yeah, I mean, we've got a good group signed up. I'm excited about it, but it's kind of like the last call. So if y'all need anybody else, make sure you add them before it's too late. So I'm excited. We're going to see y'all in Thomasville. Any questions for Emily or Brandy and the Thomasville team or Abigail before we change topics? Okay. I'm like, speak now, forever hold your peace.
I've got one. Can I say one real quick?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I don't know if Emily mentioned this. Make sure that you are remembering your silent auction baskets for the conference. Those are huge in enabling us to give scholarships for either in-state training or the national conference. So if you have not already started working with your downtown businesses to gather items for a basket, please do so. And then just bring those with you, and then we'll get those logged in for you.
Awesome. Good reminder. And Belinda, what does the silent auction stuff go towards?
It goes to the Edge Scholarship, Adam Edge, for the ones that knew Adam. He was amazing. Still think about him every time we go to conference. But he was such a huge cheerleader for downtown. So it is the Adam Edge Scholarship. And again, it will help with in-state training and national conference. I know many of you on this call have been a recipient of that. I know I received money to go to national conference, and it was extremely beneficial. So I just want to encourage you, the more money that we make from the auction, the more scholarships that we can award. So just please do what you can.
Awesome. Good reminder. Thank you, Belinda.
In addition to that, if anyone has things from your community that you want to include in the welcome bag and you're not going to be here in time by like noon on Sunday to help with that, you can mail them directly to us here in Thomasville, and we'll be glad to have them ready to put into the bags. And so Brandy will put the address in the chat for you as well.
Awesome. Perfect. Yeah. And I know they already said it, but it will be hotter than the surface of the sun when you're there. It's the life of South Georgia, right? And if you're a delicate flower like me, just remember that. So like, and also bring your walking shoes, right? Like we all love cute sandals and heels and stuff like that, but you're gonna be walking. So make sure you bring your walking shoes. Comfortable and able to move and breathe. These are important things. Okay. Let's see what else is in the chat if there's anything I need to. Okay. Yep. And so there's more information in the chat if anybody needs it. Again, you can always reach out to any of the board members or to Renee as well with GMA, who helps staff the Georgia Downtown Association. All right. So one of the things that looking at my like list of things I got to cover today. All right. So we did conference. I want to do quickly in September's third Thursday. So next month, as part of that third Thursday, we're going to do our mid-year annual assessment check-in. And you do not need to worry about like the national platform right now. We're going to talk about it next month. So you know, you probably have received an email from National saying, hey, it's open, you can use it. Don't go in there. Don't look at it right now. Don't stress out about it. We will talk you through it all and what that looks like next month. And we have plenty of time before it's all due to, you know, kind of go through it. So that's on the game plan for next month. It will be recorded. If you can't be here, that's fine. No worries. But we like to do kind of a touch base, usually mid-year-ish, you know, it ranges. But just to kind of remind people about the assessments, what's coming up, what's required, that sort of thing. So just know next month when we do third Thursday, that will be part of the conversation. And then one of the things I'm excited to share today is something that most of you probably won't remember, but it's something we've been working on now for 3 years. It's been like the longest time coming because involves 2 state agencies. So, you know, nothing moves quick in government, but we talked about probably a couple years ago that we were working with the state of Texas, the Texas Main Street program, to license a platform that they have called DowntownTX and launch our own version of that, which is going to be called DowntownGA. And this is basically a historical property database, right? But it is actually, I'm just going to pull it up. Let's just pull it up and look at it. Because it's way more fun to look at it than it is anything else. All right. So that's not the right screen. There we go. Ellen, is that the right thing? Can you see that? Yeah. I see Emily's head shaking. Do you see DowntownGA? Okay. All right.
Yeah, sorry, I
Okay.
was muted. Sorry.
No,
Yeah.
you're good. You're good. All right. So this is like kind of a little, so obviously this is not live yet. This is the like back end of what we're working with the developers on, but this will give you an idea of what it will look like. So it is a couple different things. It's a building repository. It is a place to list available properties. It is a place to, if you want to like rent a property for your business. You can see here, it says everything. But you know, there's going to be a lot of different like functionality stuff. We don't have a Georgia Historical Commission. These are things that we're working through with the developer team right now to iron out like all the small details. But this is basically the entrance side of the portal. You would say what you wanted to, you would pick a community. I know we don't have this community, but again, we're going in and kind of creating like, you know, dummy things that we can then look at and play around with. You know, so this is an example. We'd be able to see what was for sale. We'd be able to, if this was like Macon right here, you'd say, why Macon? And then you'd be able to explain, you know, what Macon has. You'd be able to look at pictures of your community. You'd be able to highlight the population, household income, include links to anything that's important, documents, different incentive programs on both the local and state level that you have, contact information. The idea here is that for, you know, communities, we're creating this one-stop shop, right, for everybody to kind of see all things economic development wise happening downtown. And so there will be a rollout process, and we're going to start kind of in the southwest. I'm like, okay, east, west, southwest side of the state, because some of the funding that we have for this project is coming from CDBG money from the disaster recovery section that happened with the hurricanes. So we're going to start over in that area, but this will eventually be rolled out to the entire Main Street program. But again, you know, the idea here is to have a place that anybody who's either looking to develop property, purchase property, invest in property, rent property, will be able to go to. Everybody will be able to have their own user access on the back end, their own login information. That's all going to be managed through a system. So the nice thing is you can reset your own passwords and stuff like that. The other thing that I love about it is it can also be used as like your own historical resource survey. If you want to do any of those like historic districts and stuff like that and need to do and conduct your own surveys, this can serve as like a repository for your properties as well. The nice thing is you can turn on and off stuff. So if you, let's say you have a property listed and then it comes off the market, you can, you know, easily turn that off. But then if it comes back on the market, turn it back on, right? Again, the idea is to create connectivity between those who want to invest in downtown and those who have properties to invest in downtown, whether that's purchasing or renting. And then again, also elevate kind of the communities themselves, right? So instead of people who want to check out different locations having to go to each individual city site or downtown program site, again, having a bunch of different stuff all in one location so they can check it out. You know, this is something we've been working on with our friends in Texas for, again, 3 years now. It's taken a long time to get to this point, but we're really excited about the possibilities here. Elizabeth is heading up this project for us. And so if you hear from her, she will be looking for some communities to help us kind of like beta test this and launch if it's something you're interested in being part of. You know, helping us kind of figure out how this works and what some of the kinks are and stuff like that, please reach out to her and let her know, because we are looking for some volunteers as tribute. So we'd love to hear from you if it's something, you know, you're excited and want to be a part of. But again, I just could not be more excited that we finally got to this point. And we believe that they are moving so quickly on this. It's insane. As far as like the developer side, we are scrambling honestly to keep up with it. That's how quick they're moving. But we're hoping that this will be ready to launch this fall in just a couple months. So very, very exciting. any questions about this? Don't all be so excited all at the same time. Y'all, this is a big deal. This is huge. This is huge. This is going to be, when we all talk about like, oh man, we want to do economic development. We want to bring people downtown. We want to be able to drive business and support. This will be a game changer for all of us. And we hope to be able to provide y'all with resources and materials and things like that to help you promote it as well, kind of on your own, because the idea is that, all roads leading here just helps elevate, the message for everyone. So I'm excited.
I have a quick question, if that's okay.
Yes, absolutely.
About it actually, because we feel like we need that go-to place, and that's really great stuff, right? So I was we were working on the information with the National Main Street has got that program. That one's difficult. It's a little, and I'm not being mean. I mean, like there's a lot of data, right, that goes in. So when you look at this program, what do you think the average downtown is? It get like the investment, like time? How long will it take us to get set up, do you think? And I know you'll never be 100% set up, right? Because we're always growing. But I mean, to get our initial foundation set up, what are your thoughts?
Ooh, I would say it probably is going to vary just depending on how much you've already done on your own. Like if you already have a property like database, like even if that's an Excel spreadsheet, right? With like addresses and names of the property owners and square footage and rental rates and who's occupying it currently, like again, you're already going to be one step ahead of somebody who doesn't have that at all. And then some communities who may have done historic resource surveys before in the past that have documented stuff with photos, again, they may be further ahead of the curve. So I really think it depends what you're coming into it with. If you were coming in with absolutely nothing, having to get it started from the ground up, I would say, like, let's be honest, it's probably going to take you a couple of months, and in a couple of months, not you working on it 24/7, but just like you working with partners to get it all pulled together, because this is not something that I would expect you as the Main Street manager to be able to tackle completely on your own. I think in order to do it effectively, it would be great to have a committee that can help support you with it, help you think through all the different elements that you need, people who can tackle different parts of that, right? So maybe someone who's helping you create the database and the listing of the businesses, right? Somebody else who's helping you with the photograph side of it, someone else who's liaising with the property owners to find out like square footage and rental rates and stuff like that. Again, looking at like if you were starting completely from scratch as a new manager, didn't have any of this at your fingertips, and you really just needed to build it out. And like I said, again, I think this is a team sport, right? The more help, the merrier. If you've already got some of that, honestly, I think, you could really have stuff up and ready to go within a week. Again, it just depends how much stuff you have. And I think, it's like anything, you prioritize the properties that you need to start with, the ones that are available, the ones that you need to rent, the ones that you're trying to get stuff in, and then you build out from there, right, to kind of create that database for you. So my hope, and the nice thing is it is going to be more work on the front end, but once you get like those properties in the system, then it just becomes an issue of like, again, just enabling or disabling the property, right? It's available, it's not available. So that's kind of, the nice part of it is like, once you do some of that legwork up front, it's really just turning stuff on and off.
Awesome. Thank you. That's what I was hoping. So thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited about this. I think it's going to be great. I also challenge you when you're thinking about incentives, right, that your community is offering. Also keep in mind, like, what do we have online? What have we already developed? Making sure your paperwork and your policies and stuff like that are in order, that you've got clear tools to communicate these things. This is the time to start kind of like pulling some of that stuff together and making sure that you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's. So that way, when you're ready and we can like plug you in and start uploading stuff, you're ready to just go, right? So this is like a great time to just reevaluate your tools, what you have, what you're offering, and the process for that as well. Because remember, realistically, you could be accessing, developers or people who are interested from all over, not just someone who's going to walk into City Hall in your community, right? So being able to link to stuff online, being able to download documents, things like that, that's going to be, kind of the thing that determines what's helpful for them versus, this is not going to be helpful or realistic. So really just making all that stuff accessible, I think is going to be really important. Ellen, Ebony, anything I haven't thought of, anything you want to add on?
I think you covered it. I think this would be a really great project for some board members to work on or interns. I think
Yes.
When we all know you have limited time doing what you guys have to do, but this would be a really great project for some board members to, step up and help out.
Absolutely. I mean, it's even something you could tag in a high school photography club, or, if you've got a university or technical college, tag in some people there. You could access anybody who, like, even from some of the grad school programs who need to do practicum, their intern hours and stuff like that to help with those kind of things. So there's a lot of opportunity here. Your preservation commissions can help here, your design committees, I mean, even your economic development entities, right? Your chambers and stuff like that as well. Might have partners and resources that can help. Your realtors, that's another good resource. These are people who are going to have information and access to information that can really help move this process along for you as well. So, we'll keep you posted as we're moving through this. Again, you'll hear more from Elizabeth about this in the future. This is like the thing she's running point on. Everybody's assisting on the team, but this is kind of her baby right now. Any question? All right. The last thing I want to touch on is some news. So regarding the office and staffing and stuff like that. So I have accepted another position within the agency. So as of September 1st, I am I am moving over to the Housing Development and Finance Division. If y'all know Tommy Lohman, I'm going to work for him, and I'm going to be their community engagement strategist. So I am sad to be leaving y'all, but excited for a new opportunity. And I will say, like, I keep joking with the people at the agency that I'm putting, like, everybody's like, what are you going to do? And I was like, I'm putting the community back in community housing. And honestly, that's really kind of like why they're bringing me over, because of everything that we've done on, in the Main Street world. We have a great, empowered network. We have incredible resources. We have, this world that we've created, again, where we believe in sharing ideas and sharing information and not, kind of keeping it all to ourselves. And so we have a lot of people over there that really get housing and are really smart, but don't necessarily understand communities. And I'm hoping to help bridge that gap. So, my hope is that this is not like goodbye. This is just like, next time we talk, it'll just be in a different capacity. So the CHIP program, the low income housing tax credit program, the GIC program, all these different things are going to be, under that division. They have a whole new thing that I just found out about yesterday that they're rolling out in like a month, to help create a support network for people who are unhoused, to address the homelessness kind of epidemic that's been going on in the state. And I was like, this is huge. This could be a huge game changer for downtowns. So again, I like to think of it as like, you guys will have a resource over there. My email address will still be the same. You can still reach me. but I just won't be in the Main Street world anymore. But I just love y'all. I've been here in the director position for 9 years, at the state for almost 12, and in the Main Street world for 17 years. And so, y'all are my family. I love working with y'all. And, again, I hope that this isn't goodbye, but just see you soon. And I will be at the conference. So we'll have our last hurrah together. And then come September 1st, I'll be moving over to Tommy's team. They will be advertising the position. So if you or somebody you know is interested, I talked to John, who's my supervisor and manager, yesterday, and they're just waiting on basically the job description to get approved so that they can post it. And I will tell you, nothing happens quickly in government and nothing happens quickly in state government. But we are fortunate. We have such an incredible team. And I will tell you that like everything we do as a team is talked through, is planned together. We just had a meeting in Macon, was it last week or week before? But we've talked through the calendar for the next year. I mean, everything, that is like coming up, we've all decided together, what we can manage, what we can do, what we can handle. So, you're going to be in great hands. I have no reservations or worries. I feel like we've developed a lot of policies and procedures, and I'm excited to see what happens in the future, like who, the next director is coming in and can, take everything that we've done so far and, take it to the next level. Thank y'all for the sweet messages in the chat. I'll miss y'all too, but again, I'm hoping that it's just, just see you soon, not goodbye forever. So I'm excited. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Yes, absolutely. Any questions about the transition or what this is going to look like, or any concerns, things like that I can address while I'm here? You will still have to do annual assessments this year. Yes, this is you're not going to get a pass there. Nobody asked that. I'm just putting it out there. So that's because you got Ellen and some great people on the team. They they know how to do this.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, Jessica. I mean, you have been the state coordinator ever since I've been in this role, and it's been really amazing to see you lead our downtowns and all that you've done for us as Main Street managers and the support and the team that you've built. So thank you for all you're doing. You will definitely be missed, but I'm really excited that we'll have a voice for downtowns to talk about housing because that is so important. So I know that you have left a really great plan for your team, and it's because of your leadership that, it'll be seamless and everything. But thank you for all you've done over the years. It's definitely felt around the state.
Thank you, Emily. Yeah. And, I know GDA worked really aggressively this year with the rule zone stuff and trying to, get that sunset date extended and things like that. And I told Tommy one of my biggest things is I really want to create something rule zone based, but for housing. I think that's a really big thing that's needed. So I'm hoping that I can work with, GDA and our, other communities and folks around the state to maybe do some advocacy for something like that. Just because I think there's absolutely a need for that. So, and if you this was not planned, but if you have not seen the Georgia Trend August issue, there is an article about Main Street communities and downtown housing. We've been working on it for 6 months. It just happened to come out this month, but it's a great article. And I think, again, we're just seeing such a demand for housing in our communities that this is something that's just going to continue to be talked about, moving forward. Belinda?
I just want to tell you congratulations and thank you. You know, I've been in Georgia for 10 years, so you were there, you've been here the whole time, and you've been you know, my spokesperson, my cheerleader for different communities when there were issues and things like that, and you were always right there, and I appreciate what you've done. And yeah, it's just been fun. So I you know, I don't know what it's like without you being where you are. So this will be a new one for me. But going to working with Tommy, now that right there, that's a cool gig right there in itself. So I envy you on that one. But yeah, congratulations. And I know that this next chapter is going to be a fun one for you.
Thanks. I'm excited. I know it is like kind of bittersweet because I remember so many of y'all coming in and when y'all first started and stuff like that, or first came to our states in situations like Cassidy and Belinda, you know, coming, you know, to our Main Street world from other Main Street worlds. So yeah, it's bittersweet, but I've just loved working with y'all. And you know, I always joke like once you're in the Main Street world, you're always in the Main Street world. So you never really get to leave Main Street. All right. Well, that's kind of like the big news bomb from me. You know, again, keep an eye out. I know that we'll post the job posting once it's made available. And you know, I'll look to the team to keep you guys posted throughout the process. I don't know what you know, the timeline is going to look like right now, other than I would say if you have somebody by the beginning of the new year, like that'll be good. I know that seems like forever from now. I'm just trying to be realistic with like timelines and how fast we move at the state. So, but you're in good hands. I'm not worried. And also I'm still at the agency, so I'm not going too far. Any other questions? Thank you. But I'll see y'all in Thomasville, so we can have a last hoorah down there. All right. So somebody else tell me something good. Let's make sure we end on high notes. So tell me something good that's going on in your community, something fun that's happening, something game changing. Yes, absolutely, Cassidy.
I have something I can share.
Okay.
And maybe I think Taylor has he won the same grant too, but we just won a CLG grant to develop a local or try to develop a local historic district within our Fort Screven area. And I've never done this before. So first time winning a CLG grant, first time trying to develop a local historic district. So if anyone has ever done this before, please feel free to share any tips or advice, or you know, just let us know that it's going to be okay, because they advertise it as a 3-year grant, but it's really not. You have 18 months, just under 18 months to do the entire project. So between having to get like state approval, National Park Service, and our local like city council and planning commission and all that approval, I think it's going to be really interesting to see if we're able to get all of this done, but I'm cautiously optimistic.
That's exciting.
It is exciting. Like money is always exciting, but now I have to spend it on something I've never done before. So I'm just like, a little crunchy.
Has anybody else had one of these grants before? Well, Cassie, if you need any support at the state level, we know who we can tag you into. So, and I'll have Elizabeth follow up. She might have more insight on this too. Make a note.
Thank you.
All
Hey.
right.
Hey, I just wanted to say I shared a Google form on our Facebook page for Main Street managers. So if you have any type of youth council, if you could take just a few minutes to answer that, that would help me with some research I'm doing for our junior city council, but I'll also be presenting about junior city council. So I would love to be able to have some cities that I could put in this network for others to reach out to. So if you could just take just a few minutes, I only had 2 people so far do it. So please, if you have any type of junior city council going on in your downtown, would you please take a minute and fill it out for me? Thank you.
Shannon. I can't hear you. I don't know. It says you're unmuted, but
I have something. Can you hear me now?
yes.
Okay. Dog's Day Out is tomorrow in downtown Dallas. We have these cute bandanas. Let me unblur my screen. Struggle was real this morning.
Oh, too cute.
We have like broken the internet with our whole social media campaign for this event. We did similar to Rome's dog mayor competition that they did a few years ago. We did a paw enforcer, and this whole competition got us like 200 and something shares on social media. It has been the absolute craziest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, why don't y'all care about anything else? Like, y'all care about this stupid competition. But we're going to have dog pools. We're going to have microchipping. The animal control is coming out to do pet adoptions. We have a food truck coming to give popsicles. We have edible cookie dough that somebody's bringing out to give to the community for free. So we are super excited for our event tomorrow. It's personally one of my favorites of the year, but we're expecting a big crowd tomorrow for Food Truck Friday and Dog's Day Out.
Oh, that's really cool. And y'all, they have the cutest like dog shop, like little pet shop downtown. It's called Boho and Bark, right?
Yes,
That
and she is actually sponsoring a pup cup bar. So it'll be free for the community for people to come and get a little pup cup and put little treats on it and it's free. So we're super excited.
That's awesome. So much fun. That's really cool. Thank you, Shannon. Abigail, what's going on?
Hey y'all. Also, I just noticed it was Cassidy's birthday, so shout out to Cassidy. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Also, we just had a summer intern complete a building history tour project for us. So we have these like little plaques on the outside of buildings that have QR codes. And when you scan it, it goes to the businesses page, which also has building history on it. So super cool. We got about 30 of these done this summer. So it's something that I'm sure once we get these 30 up, we'll have about 100 more to do. So that's something that's really cool. A new way to use a intern if you have one, and a cool way to make sure that you have, some history related to your buildings downtown. So super cool.
I love that. How much did it cost to get the little placard things done?
The little plaques are only like $35
That's
a piece.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. So we told the businesses that if they would help us and sign up for them, because of course we make sure everybody registers, because we don't do, you're doing this for this business, not doing it for this one. So they sign up and they help us with any history that they might know. And of course, and it goes on their page. So we said, we'll pay for them if you participate basically. And so they're only about $35 a piece. And so with the a little over 30, I think we've only spent like $500 so far. And we actually got a grant from our destination marketing agency to add a new tour to downtown. So it's actually hopefully getting reimbursed a little bit too. So
yeah, love it. That's awesome. Very cute. Belinda, what's going on?
I am going to actually put this on the manager's page so you can add your information, but I just wanted to let you know, I was part of my roadmap for this year is to create a downtown awards ceremony program kind of thing, very similar to what we do with GDA for, the awards for the, across the state. My goal is for it to become almost one of the situations like, we're so excited when we win an award with GDA. I want them to feel the same. I want them to feel the same way. I want them to get excited and things. So what I'm going to ask y'all, I've been making a running list when I see other communities, chambers have awards and they have the categories because I want them to be really cute. And I have a panel, and it's because I had to be very selective. It's not necessarily a Main Street award. It's coming from my office. So I didn't necessarily bring in the Main Street board to select the winners because several of them would possibly be in the running for the award. So we're trying to keep it, it'll be a DDA member and things like that. So it'll be people that it's a really good panel. But again, back to what I was saying is when I put it in on the manager's page, if you've got a really cute award or something that has really been great for your community, if you do an awards ceremony or program, please just jot it and let me know. I've already been in touch with Renee and got the link for the trophies that we're using for GDA. So they're going to be kind of in that look. Cocktail hour basically at the beginning and then moving into that. It'll be at the theater, but this will be a yearly thing. And basically, we'll have a legacy award. I already know that. We've got a gentleman who just retired. He had a barbershop downtown for over 50 years and someone moved into his building, but he's a barber too, but 50 years of that. And then our pharmacy has been downtown for over 50 years. So we know that legacy award. So those are the types of things I'm looking for. So if y'all got something that's really cool, that out of the box that you maybe think nobody else has, if you'll just jot it, that would be appreciated. So
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great idea. I love those kind of things. Always a great way to recognize, the volunteers and say thank you, but also make it fun and the businesses as well, get them involved in all that stuff. Let's see. And Wendy dropped in the survey link to the chat if anybody has a youth group they work with or a youth council, city council kind of model that they could give her some feedback on. And Ellen, we did a webinar, right?
Yep. Yeah, Swanee talked about their youth council and stuff. So you could probably go back, Wendy, in our YouTube channel and find it because there's a recording of it.
Okay.
Or just call Chris and get information from him too.
Yeah. I was gonna say Swanee's, one of the communities that instantly comes up when I think of that kind of stuff. Yep. Let's see. All right. What else?
I've got one.
Lauren, I was gonna say Lauren from Dublin. Have we met you officially on Third Thursday? I'll come back to you, Emily. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. This is like the second one I've been to.
Okay, all right.
So not like officially my first, but I'm still very new.
Okay. How long have you been there?
I went to Georgia Southern and I graduated in May. So I worked part-time starting in February and then full-time starting in May as the Main Street manager for Dublin.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you've been here since then, we expect you to be like proficient in all things Main Street. You should know them all by now, able to teach the class, lead the group discussion. Just kidding. I just saw your pretty face and the pink looks really great. And was like, I have to say hi. So all right, Emily.
Yes, y'all are probably going to hear me keep talking about this thing I'm about to mention, but we have the Aunt Mulgee Mounds National Historical Park in Macon, Georgia. It's right on the edge of our downtown. And we have been trying to make this a full-fledged national park and preserve in Georgia for a really long time. So we're actually getting pretty close. The bill has dropped in Congress and they're working on it on committee and all those things. So this is the closest we've ever been to being able to bring this national park, and this would be Georgia's first national park. So this is a really big deal, not just for Macon, but for Middle Georgia and the entire state when we think about tourism and all the dollars it could bring to the state of Georgia. So one thing that would be really helpful and it'd be great if y'all could help us with this, I just dropped a link in the chat. We have this initiative going on called Add Your Name. And so what we're trying to do is show a list of people who support this. And if we can show that it's coming not just from Macon, but from people all across the region, like I've gotten all my family in South Carolina to do it, that sort of thing. That'd be really helpful in us building the case for why this is important and that people support it and want this to happen in the state of Georgia. So it's pretty simple. It should only take you a minute to fill out that form, but it would go a long way if you wouldn't mind doing it.
Absolutely. And Emily, if you want to send just this with a little something to test, we can add it to the newsletter as well. Just
Yeah,
as
that'd
like
be awesome.
an extra little push, you know.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll be sure to do that.
Awesome. Very cool. I know. I'm like, I have to go add my name. All right. Anybody have any challenges you need to crowdsource while we've got everybody here? Anything else you want to share? One more share, just one more, and then we'll call it a day.
I have one more thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
We in the city of Lafayette just received a $6.3 million raise grant that's going to really make a big impact in our downtown. And we are super excited. We had Senator Ossoff come and make a formal presentation a few weeks ago. So it's really an exciting time for our little town. And I meant to say something earlier when I was talking about the survey, but this is going to be just so impactful because we have two main streets that we are trying to connect to make our downtown corridor just jam up jelly tight, and it's going to make it better accessible for people that live in a different part of our town, wider sidewalks, and just going to be a really beautiful thing that goes along with another $2.2 million park that we're building right now. We have about 4 or 5 little parklets all going in down Villanelle Street. So if you're out and about in Northwest Georgia or come on out, we'd love to see you. There's just a lot of great things, but $6.3 million for infrastructure is going to go such a long way in our town. So we're super excited about that.
That is huge. Yeah, that's definitely worth shouting from the rooftops about. That's incredible. Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. This will be my last Third Thursday, unless I bring people on to talk about housing. But we'll see y'all in Thomasville. Love y'all. And Ellen, Ebony, and I'll stick around for a few minutes in case anybody has any questions or wants to talk to us about anything else. But appreciate y'all. Thank you.